Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 5 of the Witcher podcast. I'm your host, Danny Newton, joined as always by my co-host, Derek Rios. How are you today, Derek?
I'm good, Danny. How are you doing?
I'm fabulous. This is a pretty strong episode we have today.
Oh, it's great.
It's great, yes. I guess we'll start talking about Ciri first. Not a lot happens with her, but we do see some interesting things. We're introduced to another magical being in this episode.
It starts with the Black Knight, Nilfgaard, here. He's meeting with a Doppler, is what they're called. I think the Donus is what he calls himself. He refers to himself as they.
It's really freaky. He talks to himself in the third person, I am Legion kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure the reason he does that is because whenever he's taking somebody's shape, he's internalizing them. Basically,
he's making them a part of himself.
When we see this guy, they just feed Mousak to him, right?
Yeah, he pretty much hires him, and they take him to Nilfgaard, where Frigilla has Mousak.
Yeah.
In a magical cage that just saps his power.
Yeah. The way they let him murder Mousak, it's almost like the act of killing him lets him look into his soul and copy his thoughts.
But later, you see him copy Ciri.
Yeah.
And he didn't kill her. So all he has to do is like look into their eyes, effectively.
I don't know. I felt like it was something intimate about the act of murder that allowed him to actually peer into him.
Murdering his victims.
Well, yeah, I mean, he definitely does.
Honestly, on the level of most fantasy worlds, a doppelganger, just the ability to take a shape or form of someone, it's really powerful.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that he gets their memories, and if he doppels someone with powers, he actually gets some of the limited powers.
Oh, did he?
They do.
Okay.
Which Mousak had been drained. They specifically say all of his powers have been drained. I think that's why he didn't get anything. It'd be interesting to see if he did like a Witcher or something. It's really overpowered.
It is kind of overpowered. I didn't realize that part. So then later when he does Ciri, he should actually get some of Ciri's powers or something then. He doesn't ever show it though.
Yeah.
Whenever I was watching that scene, I just thought there was something about the intimate act of murdering him that allowed him to peer into his soul to take his memories from him.
So maybe he didn't have Ciri's memories though.
Yeah.
I don't know. He keeps pieces of his victims.
Right. Yeah, he keeps them like trophies. It's very... Yeah, he keeps pieces of them in jars.
I just like the fact that he sees Mousak and he's just reluctant. Yeah, this guy's not that pretty. I don't want to change it.
I like this one. I thought I was going to wear him a bit longer. Yeah.
He also mentions that they love children.
Oh, God.
Well, who doesn't?
I know, right?
Kids are great.
Mm-hmm. Anyways.
And we're canceled. That was the last episode, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us for episode 5. So, after Mousak gets fed to Doppelganger Demon Guy, it shows us what's going on with Ciri. The Elder Dryad is sitting around talking to her lieutenants, like, what are we going to do with this kid?
The Dryad Council's meeting, and the Queen's there, and they're arguing. Pretty much the general there, the one archer chick, she just is opposed. She's like, this girl's not going to bring anything good.
Yeah. Basically, she's going to bring doom on us. They're going to come here looking for her.
She wants her gone. And the Queen is just more sympathetic to her cause. Mm-hmm. But still gives her the option to leave or stay.
Yeah, I got the impression from their talk that essentially they know exactly, well, more or less what she is. Whereas you're saying the general wants her gone, the Queen looks at it as an opportunity. Like, we can bring her in, train her, make her one of us, and then we would have that power on our side.
Queen Ethne.
They do talk to Ciri, and they give her the option. You can continue your quest to try to find Geralt, or you can just stay here with us. And I'm thinking that she was pretty much on the verge of just staying.
Yeah, until Mousak shows up, or the Doppler shows up and convinces him to leave.
Yeah.
And then she takes poor Dara with her.
Yeah, poor Dara. But... You would think that even him being a doppelganger like that, you would think these dryads would kind of sense something was up. You would think there would be something about a magical creature or a magical being that other magical beings would sense, because they strike me as people who are more magically in tune than elves.
I think a lot of it has to do with the forest, effectively the world tree.
Yeah.
Shan Kayan. They don't make them drink any of the juice, so maybe they just don't
know. They didn't, did they?
No.
It seems like they would have make him drink the juice before he's allowed to take her. Yeah, I would assume for anybody just stepping foot in, they would have to drink the juice first.
One interesting note is the general. I'm curious because later on in the Witcher series, there's a really big character called Milva. She's part of Geralt's company, and she's associated with the Dryads. And she looks very similar to what the general is. So I wonder if they're going to come back later. They never say her name.
Yeah.
So and make her. They might recast her or something if they don't like the actress. But I'm kind of curious to see if they actually make her character the Milva, and she goes and helps Geralt later on.
I mean, maybe, but that's pretty much it for Ciri. She's given the option to stay, and we've seen what become a Mousak. Then Doppelganger Mousak shows up and is like, "Yeah, just come with me. I'm going to take you to Geralt. He's waiting for you."
The one thing I would like to mention is, how do you feel about the Nilfgaardian armor? You really get to see it in display this episode.
I know what a lot of people say about the Nilfgaard armor. A lot of people say it's scrotum armor.
Yeah.
And it's it doesn't look good.
It looks pretty bad. Not just the aesthetics or it's all crinkly, just the practicality of it.
Exactly.
That's
exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, it's not even the aesthetics. It's just it would take such an inordinate amount of time to make armor like this. Why would you take perfectly easy to make armor to outfit for your companies? Because it would be too easy just to make regular, shiny, flat, normal pauldrons and breastplates and crap that. We need more wrinkles in it.
Yeah, gotta have the wrinkles. The wrinkles are important. That's what, at night, the wrinkles, it reflects the light, and that really scares the enemy.
But I know the internet says it looks like they have testicles on their shoulders and dicks for heads.
And the helmets, like when you really get to see the helmets in daylight, it looks awful. It's like a little leather cap.
They don't look good.
It's bad.
They don't look good at all. Honestly, when you look at fantasy armor throughout other shows, look at the soldiers of Gondor. They are ordained a little bit. They all got the white tree emblem on their chest, and some of them have it on their pauldrons and stuff, but it doesn't look stupid. It looks like their armor was efficiently made. Because you're talking about armoring thousands of soldiers to look like this. It takes time. It takes money. And it's got to be a much slower process to make testicle armor for all your guys instead of just regular armor.
Maybe it's just the way it comes out. I don't know.
Maybe it's cast that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. These could be just magically porn and cast or something like that. Yeah, but it looks dumb. That's all I can say about their armor. I know that they're changing their armor aesthetics for Season 2.
Are they?
They are.
Oh, that's good.
They're changing the Nilfgaardian armor aesthetics for Season 2, and they're also changing Geralt's armor aesthetics for Season 2.
Nice.
I'm really interested to see what they come up with. Maybe it's just straight flat black armor. Nothing dumb looking, and it looks like something that this economy can produce.
We start with Yennefer buying from another mage these treatments she's trying to fix.
She's buying. It looked to me like she was buying time, because the place is full of hourglasses.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I thought she was buying time because we already know that Yennefer is very old.
Yeah, is that how they keep their age?
But that might be how she's staying young.
He mentions treatments and talking about her trying to get pregnant. And I think that's what she's buying from. She's trying to find a way. Her whole driving point now is just trying to get a baby. Trying to fix the fertility issue.
I know that we finally got her motivation for the series right here, kind of. It's basically she wants the thing back that she gave up in order to gain her beauty. She wants it all. Essentially, this episode is she's got to come to the realization that she paid the price. There's some things you can't get back. But as far as what she's getting from this mage, I literally thought she was buying time. I thought she was buying...
No, I'm pretty sure she's buying the state those treatments.
Okay.
So it's for her fertility issues.
Okay.
The mage is upping the price on her. She threatens him, and he's pretty much like, where else are you going to get these treatments?
Right, because, we also learn that she is no longer part of the guild.
No, she's on her own.
Yeah.
Freelancing ever since she fled the last time.
Yep. After this, for Yennefer, it kind of cuts over to where she gets arrested for selling magic.
Yeah, she's doing magic. She becomes the love doctor.
Yeah.
Just fixing people's sex issues.
Yeah.
And then the mayor of Ren comes in and is like, hey, you got to pay his tax.
Yeah. I don't think it's very practical to try to arrest a mage. No. It's not like the little force handcuffs or whatever they put on Jedi to try to suppress their power. I don't think they have anything quite like that.
No, I'm pretty sure there's normal handcuffs, but she goes willingly. Then we cut over to Geralt.
Yeah. He's casting a net into a lake.
Yeah.
And he's not a very happy person.
As Jaskier,
Dandelion.
He happens to come upon him at a lake where Geralt's dredging the lake, looking for a djinn.
Yep.
Because he wants to make a wish because he can't sleep.
Oh, how long has it been? 10 years or something like that?
No.
But he actually, he actually alludes to how long it's been since they last seen each other.
No, he just said, what's it been? 2-3 months?
Oh, I thought he was talking in years.
No, he says 2 or 3 months. And he also mentions that his love, the Countess de Stahl.
Yeah.
He recently split up again.
Yeah.
His love, the Countess de Stahl.
He's very brokenhearted.
Which, funny enough, she's the reason he became a bard in the book. He fell in love with her and started singing to her.
He's talking to Geralt about what's been going on with him while Geralt was casting this net. You don't look like much of a fisherman. What are you doing? Geralt's like, I can't fucking sleep. There's a djinn in this lake. And Dandelion's like, oh, you mean a blue floaty guy, a genie?
Yeah. A Will Smith?
A Will Smith, yeah.
You got Will Smith in this lake?
But he was just like, those aren't real.
He dredges the
he dredges up the genie bottle, right? And Geralt holds it out and is like a wizard seal, kind of like he's trying to show him that he's wrong.
Yeah.
And Geralt snatches the other side of the vase.
Dandelion.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Dandelion snatches the other side of the vase.
Pops it open. Nothing happens.
They're kind of tugging back and forth on it, like, just let it go. And he ends up, pulling the cork on it.
It's important, though, because Geralt has the cork.
Yes. He pulls the cork on it. Dandelion just takes the vase and is looking in and is like, oh, it's empty. He's shaking it upside down. There's nothing in it. And I can't remember what they're arguing about, but...
So Dandelion just says, oh, well, see, it was just fake all along. And then it starts storming and windy, and then he's like, or is it? And then runs out and just
immediately starts making wishes.
Yeah, just like first 2 wishes. Just he blurts out like, oh, I want this guy dead, and I want the Countess to love me, and probably mostly nude when she does it.
Yeah.
And the girl stops him, has to stop him.
Yeah, stop. You only have, you're on your last wish. And
he goes down and picks up the shards of the jar because it breaks.
Yeah,
the vessel.
And it cuts onto him.
No, it makes it look like he cuts. But as he goes down, so here's the thing. I didn't notice this first
I didn't
time.
notice what he said. He basically was arguing with Dandelion to stop making wishes.
Yeah.
And Dandelion says something about you want your piece or something like that and just smashes the thing on the ground. It's like, there it is.
Yeah.
I didn't catch his first wish.
So he does his first wish right here. And I missed it the first 2 times I watched this. The third time I was like, okay, because it makes you think he cut his wrist because he's like, oh, but in actuality, he made his first wish and he says, I wish I could get some peace and silence. That's when the djinn curses Dandelion where he can't speak anymore. And it actually puts a mark on his arm.
Okay. I didn't catch him saying the words I wish.
He didn't have to say I wish. Anything that he wants. It's not like a typical genie where you have to say I wish.
Okay.
It's literally just
the other times he literally had to say I wish.
No, he didn't. Later on.
When he's in with the guard, he literally said I wish.
No, he didn't. He did not.
He said I wish you would burst.
No, he didn't actually.
So after Dandelion gets cursed, Geralt loads him up because essentially his not friend is dying, and he rides him down basically to the nearest town. There's an encampment outside this town. It looks like a military encampment, and he's basically, is there a doctor around or something like that? When he's getting worked on by an elven doctor, the elf is like, this is a magical affliction. I can't treat this. And he just gives him something for the pain.
Sheridan, the elf healer. He tries to help.
This elf is very awkward.
Well, he doesn't want to mention Yennefer.
How was there an elf here?
Well, you got to think, this is before.
Is it?
Throughout this episode, in the background, into the next one, they talk about...
So Calanthe hasn't destroyed all the elves yet.
The next scene, it actually shows Yennefer and Tess talking about Nilfgaard's rise to power.
Yeah.
Clinty, I guess, yeah, I don't know exactly. I'm sure she had killed most of the elves by this point.
Yeah, that's what I thought was so strange.
But this is a
an
different
elf.
territory.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess so.
Because this kingdom they're in lets people practice magic, is tolerant of mages being there.
Okay.
They mentioned that.
Whenever I watched it, I found it odd that there was an actual elf healer here who was like in a military uniform. It was like, don't worry, I've been to all the medical colleges, and I assure you I'm very well trained. And, and he's so awkward. But he basically tells Geralt, like, look, now I can't fix this. I can give him something for the pain, but he's got to have a magical remedy.
Yeah, and sends him to Yennefer.
And is basically just warning him. She's very cunning.
See that one.
So
hobbitses.
Geralt rides on down the road. And it was at this point, I know this is way off topic. It was at this point, literally, when I was watching this episode, and I was thinking about all the other episodes we've watched. How old is Roach? Roach has got to be a very old horse.
I don't think Roach is that old.
Roach has been around since episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That hasn't been that long in Geralt's timeline.
Roach has always been with him.
Yeah, but we don't know how long from Geralt's storyline is gone. It's only gone on a couple of years.
Okay. Because I was thinking Geralt's timeline was also back in the day, too, when Yennefer was actually a child.
His timeline's only a few years old. The whole Yennefer part was like way early.
Okay.
Because remember, we had that 30-year time jump.
See, Roach was around...
She was with the queen there, and the baby dies.
You're right. I was thinking about it backwards.
Mm-hmm. She was before.
See, I was thinking about it backwards.
And her college stuff was pretty early on.
For some reason, I was thinking about it as the old king who had the fetus baby. I was thinking that Roach was as old as when they were kids. Yeah, it's the other way. I'm sorry. They ride on down the road, and he comes up onto basically the mayor's house thing.
Well, it shows Yennefer at the mayor's house, and she's talking to Tissaia. Tissaia pretty much comes back. You know, you've been stirring up a lot of noise.
In this dialogue, Tissaia is actually acting like it was her intention for Yennefer to end up in Nilfgaard. But whenever we watch the council thing going on, it seems abundantly clear that Tissaia doesn't want Yennefer in Nilfgaard.
No, she never wanted her to go there. All Tissaia says about it is that the guy that she was courting died.
Yeah.
And Frigella was down in Nilfgaard thriving.
Yeah, because she was radicalizing the shit out of everybody.
Nilfgaard's true heir returned. She never actually mentioned her wanting her to go to Nilfgaard. She just said she wants her to come back with her.
Oh, yeah. In this scene,
wants Yennefer to come back.
Yeah.
Teach.
In this scene, she wants her to come back to the guild and everything.
And teach.
Yeah.
She doesn't be a pawn.
Yeah, she doesn't want any part of it. She's kind of enslaved the mayor.
Yeah, when Geralt shows up, they go down and you run into the mayor's nude.
Yes.
Make apple juice for her.
Yes.
For Yennefer, and there's just a big orgy going down in the basement.
Yes.
And she's just enchanted all these people, and it's just a big...
And Geralt and Dandelion are just awkwardly walking through it.
Well,
staring forward the whole time.
Yeah.
He's just looking around.
You see that the enchantment magic isn't working on Geralt. They have a little flirtatious...
It's kind of like a almost like a rivalry type thing. It was flirtatious to a point.
They're also slandering each other and flirting at the same time.
Yes. It's because Geralt has such a passive-aggressive attitude.
Oh, the grunts are great. Which he actually did that himself.
Yes.
That was never part of the scripts. That was something that he introduced with the character at one point. I think it said in the first episode. He just added this grunt instead of doing this line. The grunt's part of the character now.
It's part of the lore now. Yeah. Geralt grunts now. I couldn't imagine a Geralt that doesn't grunt.
No. Yennefer agrees to heal Dandelion.
Right.
But also asks Geralt to get a bath because he's stinking. And we get the famous bathtub scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're bathing in the tub. Yennefer comes and like lays down beside him and is kind of like looking at his scars and stuff like that. And he's just like, why don't you ask? Everybody asks. And Yennefer's just like, well, everybody else is boring. And doesn't ask him about anything that's happened to him. Because why would she care? Because she's a powerful mage. She makes him turn around. She hops in the tub.
She is a very attractive young woman.
Yeah, to say the least.
Very well built.
I'm just saying, It doesn't do it for me, though. Not really.
What?
It really doesn't.
What?
I'm just saying, you had a lot of character, and you gave all that up. I was a real hunchback man. Okay?
I'm so sorry, Danny.
Slack jaw.
I will go find you the finest of hunchback women.
I know. I'm sure there are a lot of beautiful women in Oklahoma. It's
I'm sure one of your cousins looks real good.
Yep.
So anyways, she finds out that it was a djinn that caused this issue.
Yes.
And instantly just like, all right, I'm going to use Dandelion as bait, make him use his third wish. That way she can trap
her plot is
djinn.
Insane.
It is pretty crazy.
Even if she could be the djinn vessel, I would either think she would explode. There's no way that she could actually use its magic. At the very least, you think it would just possess her and use her as a shell.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
It does start to.
She pretty much enchants Geralt. She actually...
Yeah, she takes him down.
Yeah. Enchants him and gets him to run around the town wild and do assault people. Yes. And he ends up in jail with the elf, which I don't... It doesn't say why he...
There was... Who did he whip with a belt? He literally... Yeah, some shopkeeper.
Pretty much everyone on the council of the town.
Basically everyone she didn't like.
Yeah. Everyone that she hated that was trying to kick the mayor out of town and get rid of her.
Yeah, because the elf got locked up too. Yeah. Because he came to town to stop him from becoming a pawn or whatever. And he ended up getting locked up with him. Mm-hmm. And the elf was just telling him, like, yeah, you running around town, what, naked or something? Causing damage. You beat a shopkeeper with a belt. And
kick some guy in the dick.
Yeah. This is a long list of shit.
He's like, yeah, we're pretty much going to be executed.
Yeah. The guard goes back in just immediately, and he's like, oh, I didn't think they would build a gallows that fast.
Yeah. And you see here, he figures out that he was the one with the wishes all along. And he makes his second wish.
Yeah, but the guard's just beating him.
The guard's beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And ask him what he wants.
Make your last words good.
Yeah. And he says, I want you to explode. Not I wish. I want you to explode. So
yes.
Unlike the typical genie, you have to say I wish. Mm-hmm. And unlike this, it's just when you say
it's whatever you truly want at that time. You truly want,
it will happen. And this guy's head bursts. Uh-huh. It's great.
After that, him and the elf get free, and he goes upstairs to confront Yennefer.
Well,
Dandelion woke up.
He woke up and got the fuck out of there.
Dandelion wakes up and is like, with a naked woman on his bed. Mm-hmm. And it's like, did we I think I would remember this. She starts coming on strong to him.
It's bad.
It's just make your wish.
Yeah. And the djinn shows up.
The djinn shows up just because she starts busting through the incantation and summoning it to her.
Yeah, she's trying to pretty much make her womb the vessel for the djinn.
Right.
It's bad when Dandelion, a hot naked girl, comes on him and he's like, nope. This bitch is crazy. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I really wish I could be far away from here or some shit like that.
And she's like, well, he made his wish. All right, djinn. Get in my fucking vagina. And he's leaving and Geralt's like, I gotta go save her. I told her that I would help her.
Her taking this djinn into her body, though, this was right up there with some Exorcist shit. She's starting to bend and contort in weird ways. Intense. And her voice is starting to change and stuff like that. Her eyes just turn into just red
Well, that's
orbs.
when the djinn possesses her.
Yeah.
And the djinn's actually telling Geralt to make his final wish.
Yeah. Tells him to make his final wish. He can have anything he wants. He doesn't have to be a witcher anymore.
He could be a normal guy.
He could be a normal person.
He could be a girl.
I mean, yeah, or a girl. We don't judge. Whatever Geralt wants.
I wonder if the wish would actually work on Yennefer's womb. Because I don't think it would have.
I don't think it would have either.
Because that was all magical that denied her. I don't think she could possibly.
It makes me wonder. It makes me wonder what the limit of the wish is.
Yeah.
After watching this episode,
I don't understand why she couldn't just adopt.
I think that's essentially what it ends up becoming, though. I think before this series is over, she's going to end up becoming an adoptive parent of Ciri too. That Geralt and Yennefer are just going to end up being kind of like her adoptive parents.
Geralt makes his wish.
Geralt does make his wish.
And it doesn't tell us, but we kind of figure it out the next episode.
Well, or do we?
We do.
Well, I don't really think we do.
It doesn't say specifically what he said, but
no.
We know that he says...
It's implied.
that he wants to save her.
Right.
He wishes to save her. I don't know exactly how it words it, but it makes it to where it pretty much kind of binds them together. The roof starts caving in, and Yennefer reports them to the basement, and where they start to...
She gets a Geralting.
Yeah. And the elf and Dandelion kind of...
Oh, man. The blue-balled elf, man.
His soul being crushed.
Dude. Not even friend-zoned. Loved her in his own mind.
She probably doesn't know who he is. Doesn't know he exists.
It'd be like seeing some girl online and like, I love her.
I'm over here donating some chick on OnlyFans and being like, I don't know why this girl hasn't married me.
Yeah.
This stripper
so
loves
weird.
me, okay? I've spent so much money on her.
So weird.
Anyways, that's the episode.
Yeah, but that's in the episode.
Oh, he finally gets some sleep.
Yeah.
Finally, after
that's all he needed, man.
Pretty sure he probably tried banging like some women, and
I mean, it might have been a long time since his last job. It'd been a long time since he's seen Dandelion. That's where his money comes from. That's where his booze and women come from. Maybe he just he needed it. He needed to sleep. What'd you think about this episode overall?
It's good. This is great. I love the djinn. I love Dandelion's interactions where he just runs up, makes the wishes, and then I love before that where Geralt's like, "Oh, did you sing to this countess?" And he's like, "What are you trying to say?" He's like, "Well, your singing's kind of like a pie with no feeling, with no filling." Disappointing and hollow.
Yeah.
Which to a bard that's very insulting.
Oh, it was a pretty good episode. There's a lot of interesting stuff in it. I hate Mousesack got killed. I didn't know more about his character. I loved everything that went down with him getting killed. His shape getting stolen and stuff like that. I liked everything with Yennefer.
I just love that we finally get timelines merging together.
Yeah. This episode was very much less disorienting.
The first watch through, this is the episode where stuff starts to make sense.
Yeah.
You see the timelines and like, oh, okay. Now
yeah, you start to get it.
Where they were at.
Mm-hmm. I liked the magic in this episode. The magic was on point. The fact that they were making wishes, and
I was a little disappointed the route they went with the djinn. It never really shows it. They really could have done a lot more with Will Smith.
I know. I know. I mean, I think it's because the test screening did so bad, they basically just kind of CGI'd him completely out of this one. Poor Genie.
Maybe they can dig up Robin Williams.
Yeah, maybe. It was like a little sliver of Robin Williams' ghost. It really was. But I like that the wishes weren't exactly what you intend. To me, that is how wishes kind of are done.
I mean, honestly, in D&D, you never trust a djinn.
No. Anytime
you make a wish with a djinn, he's going to fuck you. Like, that's his sole purpose, is to screw you over.
Yeah.
If you wish, like, I want $1 million, here goes $1 million, but it's on fire.
Right. You want this giant chest of gold? Well, it's at the bottom of the ocean. Here you go. And teleports to the bottom of the ocean, right? I like that the wishes are double-edged swords. He made Dandelion shut up, but he also almost murdered him. I guess the one that didn't have any ill effect was the guard exploding.
Well, it had ill effect for the guard.
It had ill effect for the guard.
This definitely still wasn't a good wish. It was good for Geralt.
He didn't have to. The genie didn't have to screw Geralt out of the wish.
Yeah,
that's a lot of it too. I think if you're a genie and you have this kind of power, and somebody wishes for something like that, you got to screw them.
Well, that's where I think he wished to save her, but he entwined them together.
I really
wish
episode
we see more. Like,
I better not say that I really wish.
Yeah, oh, good.
No, I don't want something bad to happen. I would love to know what the actual wording of his wish was.
I don't think it matters. What matters is what the djinn did. What the djinn did was tie their fates together.
Yeah.
As we see in the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
And you find out a little more about it.
Overall, great episode.
2 good titties. That's my rating.
2 stars.
Actually,
it's 2 stars for every time they appear on screen.
In this episode. They're really all over the place.
10 out of 10.
Woo! This is the best episode now.
Thanks everybody for joining us as we break down another great episode of The Witcher. If you like what we do, make sure that you hit the thumbs up button down below and subscribe, and tell us what you think in the comments section below. As always, I'm your host Danny, joined by my co-host Derek.
Bye.
See you later, guys. Bye.